Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. You're all of the happy and way here. We got Diomedes looking like Sigvald the Magnificent over here. I have another set of replays to show you. This is a best of 3. I'm going to show you all of the battles. This is from the same tournament from yesterday's video. I had the misfortune, I'm going to call it the misfortune, of having to play the best player I know in matchup 1, and then the most surprising player I know in matchup 2. This is a game against Eruner, who always finds new ways to surprise me every time we play. So, let's just get right into it. Again, 15,000 funds and very specific rules about how many units you can take. Short version is this: no chariots, no mythical units, no mounts for your hero, only 4 skirmish units, and there's a limited number of each type of infantry you can take by weapon. Blind picks with a set order. You choose the order you wanted to play all of the factions in before you go into the tournament. So for this match, it was my 4th match in the tournament, and I put Diomedes of Argos as my number 4. My opponent, Eruner, is playing as Sparta, and he brought a defender. What is this? This is a defender protector hero, I believe, the one with divine challenge. So my roster with Argos includes one of my favorite units from the Mycenaean roster, Club Warriors. I've also got light spearmen. There's at least a couple of those. I've got 3 armored spearmen, an Achaean slinger, an armored Argive slinger, and 2 bowmen. I brought, there's another Club Warrior, and then out here, because I could deploy in a fairly hidden position, I brought, let's see here, 2 Argive Swordmasters, 3 Young Spears, and 2 Heroic Axe Runners. Sparta is up here. He's already starting to move down into the scrubs. We got Shielded Spearmen, 3 of them, 3 Armored Spearmen, which are a fantastic unit right now, 1 Laconian Hillman, 2 Heroic Axe Warriors, 2 Axe Champions, 1 Renowned Slinger. Here's that Defender. Oh, it's a Defender Protector, so it's the one with the... Yeah, it is the Defender Protector, the one with Divine Challenge. And he also brought 2 Light Spear Runners. I knew once the battle started and I could count his units that there were 2 Spear units unaccounted for, so I knew there were 2 Spear Runners somewhere. It's just a matter of finding them. I was hoping when I looked at the deployment that my opponent would try to defend here because he could protect both of his flanks. And I'm going to attempt to move my army down and start heading them off in this direction in the hopes of getting an engagement you know, on this hill so that my hidden force can outflank. Well, here's the thing. Eruner knows me pretty well at this stage. He's played against me a few times. He's definitely watched my content, and he read me like a book. He knew that I was going to have forces in these scrubs. He just knew it. So he moves his entire force out this way. He doesn't move his 2 light spear runners out of their position. He can keep them hidden for a very long time. They have stock, which stacks with the fact that they are in the scrubs. So I'm backpedaling in these trees here. I'm kind of waiting for an opportunity. Some of his units are hidden. I don't know how out of position these shielded spearmen are. If I did, I might have just actually jumped on all of them right here just to get rid of them. I'm moving my army up this way. I'm trying to get him to look at me and engage me, and I realize he's just going to move through these scrubs. It's time to commit and threaten the flank of whatever force he has in the scrubs now, so that these guys don't just get caught out. I'm going to go ahead and attack my Young Spears. The Young Spears are a unit I brought because they're cheap, and because there's always a chance my opponent brought more skirmishers, and these are a great way to deal with skirmishers. So I go ahead and I pounce out with the intent of just keeping my units, you know, hidden and protected. He's starting to draw a line with his forces, and I'm going to go ahead and just let my Argive Swordmasters unleash their javelins. Shielded Spearmen to get the benefit of the 40% block chance of the scrubs, though, so it's not going to hurt them too terribly much. So I turn them off and fire at will, and I'm just going to try and get into position so I can attack some of these units. This, yeah, they get attacked by Laconian Hillman, which has a fear effect, breaks the Young Spears, and then the Laconian Hillmen are going to fall back. I'm still moving up my forces, getting ready to attack. There's a Renowned Slinger up here that's hidden. And, yeah, balance of power. I'm taking more casualties right now, but so far it's just young spears. I don't mind. I'm just kind of, playing games with these forces. The renowned slingers open fire on my light spearmen. I don't like that, but I am going to go ahead and start maneuvering to come up this flank. And that's exactly what Eruner was waiting for. He was hoping that he could get an opportunity to outflank my forces with his light spear runners. But I am aware of the fact that there's light spear runners on this battlefield, and I'm just kind of waiting for them to make their presence known. So I'm starting to shift over. I've got 4 skirmishers to his 1, so I'm going to go ahead and take this fight. That's when the light spear runners go into action. I'm also, charging around with these 2 melee units again. I can also get that unit. Here come the javelins. I can see them now. I realize my skirmishers are a little bit too close to these spear runners. I'm going to have to reposition, but I do have the ability to take on these 2 light spear runners, especially with club warriors and skirmishers. I might be able to kill them off all outright. These guys are currently with shields in hand, not shields on back like you might normally expect. But seeing this, I'm actually going to go ahead and fall back with most of my mainline infantry, because I have a chance to just eliminate the light spear runners early, and I don't like giving them a chance to regroup on me. So shielded spearmen versus young spears, that's going to be a battle for the shielded spearmen. I'm going to lose all of these engagements, but I'm just trying to occupy some of his troops while I get more units out in this direction. Argive Swordmasters are going to make, short work with club warriors out of this shielded spearmen. I'm going to go ahead and get a charge in here against armored spearmen. Not a great battle for heroic axe runners. I'm going to pull my club warriors out because I know that I've already gotten this beat. I'm going to pull these 2 swordmasters out. I don't want to get outflanked by all of this. Meanwhile, out here, I'm still pursuing the light spear runners. I'm also out of range of the slingers now, so I'm not worried about them. And I'm just kind of trying to... Yeah, at this stage, I've gotten everybody pulling out now. I've got everybody backing up. The Defender Protector is capable of catching these light spearmen, though, so I'm probably just going to turn the light spearmen around, sacrifice them. When this battle started, I had a moment of clarity where I went, oh, you know what? Sparta, even though Sparta's best units are in their medium and light and in their mid-tier funds, Sparta can bring heavy infantry if they want to. And I only brought, if you were paying attention, I only brought 3 armored spearmen myself. I might not have the punching power or the weight class I need to deal with heroic axe warriors and axe champions, and this is going to be something that'll plague me for the rest of the battle. So I caught these light spear runners. I got Diomedes in here. I've got a club warrior in here. I've got another light spearman in here. It was just a shattered light spear runner. There's only 1 light spear runner left, so this is a small victory for me. I have to turn around this armored spearman. It's been caught by axe champion, and here comes the Defender Protector to outflank. This is exactly what you should do in this scenario, though I'm going to try and shoot at him and make him feel it. I'm shooting at the axe champions. They don't have a shield, so they don't get a missile block chance, but my armored spearmen get sacrificed for this cause. So I've been taking a lot of individual casualties, a lot more than my opponent has. He's lost one spear runner. I've lost an armored spearman. I've also lost a young spear. Taken some damage on my bowman. And I'm about to lose 2 more armored spearmen, because I think my fallback plan wasn't enough to get me clear of this battle, and I still have to deal with, axe champions and heroic axe warriors with Argive Swordmasters. Not the best engagement. My opponent is also really wary about who I'm using to charge and who he wants to fight. So he saw I had an attack order on the shielded spearman, so he pulls that shielded spearman back, and he has another shielded spearman engage. I think this might actually deny me my charge bonus. These axe champions are going to get out of here before after having routed my armored spearmen, and then he's going to intercept my heroic axe warriors with he's going to interrupt my heroic axe runners with his heroic axe warriors. Lots of back and forth play from Eruner. He's very, very efficient with that. I find light spear runners with my club warriors. They won't be able to win this by themselves, so I'm sending over a light spearman as well, and I'm going to go ahead and open fire on them with the with my skirmishers. These armored spearmen might regroup if we're lucky, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy infantry units I have to deal with now. I've got a divine challenge from this Defender Protector. and that's going to make it impossible for me to activate most of my abilities. I do have more stamina, and generally am a better fighter than the Defender Protector, but he has the tools in position to overpower me. I'm trying to get some cycle charges with my Heroic Axe runners. I'm probably going to be able to free up the Shielded Spearmen, but not before these Heroic Axe Warriors show up. Argive Swordmasters are taking plenty of damage with all of these prolonged engagements. And there's an Axe Champion now chasing me, along with an Armored Spearman chasing me. I'm going to tear apart this Axe Champion with my Armored Argive Slingers, and I pretty much just have to leave these Light Spear Runners alone. He doesn't run away from that engagement, so there's a good chance I'll deal a lot of damage. Diomedes is winning this fight, even though it's the Defender Protector's Divine Challenge. This works out great for me, but in the meantime, I'm losing my infantry piecemeal. I just don't have the tools I need to win these battles. I can defeat these Axe Champions, and it looks like I'm going to. The Armored Argive Slingers, not great melee stats, so I'm going to continue to try pulling them away. I'm going to continue to use these Armored Spearmen who are in Teenage Mutant Spartan Turtle mode to chase these Axe Champions, turn around, shoot the Axe Champions, rout them. Okay, good. That's one of the heavy infantry dealt with, but look at all of this. Activate Diomedes' Aristea because the Divine Challenge is over. And this gives me, Zeus's Wrath. He activates Fortify for extra armor, but this is a battle. I'll at least get the moral victory of having defeated the Defender Protector. But look at all of these other forces in the town, and look at all of my infantry. Just pretty much dead. It's at this stage I kind of recognize that I've lost this one. I did win. I thought this was interesting. With the support of the Light Spearmen, the Club Warriors were able to hold out and beat the Light Spear Runners. Light Spearmen are not a fantastic unit, but they're really good at the mid-funds. I rout an Armored Spearman. That's another heavy unit dealt with. Okay, but still too much. There's a very healthy Heroic Axe Warrior here being supported by Laconian Hillman, and I just don't have an answer for it. And this one is mostly healthy too. It's at this stage, the battle is pretty much a done deal. My hero is out of position and going to get killed. Homer is telling me that I need to be worried now, but I already knew that anyway, and there goes the chain route. So that was game one. And that goes to Eruner. I was really hoping I could win this one because if it goes all the way to game 3, my third faction is going to be Phthia. I much rather would have had Phthia for my next matchup and not this one, but Phthia is a good anchor for me. Let's go ahead and look at the statistics real quick. As you can see, I was only able to kill about 500 of my enemy. Not great numbers. The Shielded Spearmen were a surprising pick, I thought. I'm interested, and I'd love to pick his brain about why he picked one more Shielded Spearman instead of one more Light Spear Runner. I think the extra Light Spear Runner would have made the battle even more in his favor. The Light Spear Runners were handled. I dealt with those efficiently, but there was just too much heavy infantry for me to tango with Argos, and I should have tried to have been a little bit better prepared for that. So here's Battle 2, and for this one, really interesting, we have a Paris mirror match. That's right, Paris versus Paris. I picked Paris because I knew I could work some magic with exemplary Trojan slingers, and because I felt fairly confident with my ability to know the limits of the heavy infantry of Paris. I brought 2 champions of Troy, 3 renowned Phrygian axemen, and 3 heavy Trojan spearmen, with a little bit of a secret. The heavy Trojan spearmen I put in Teenage Mutant Trojan Turtle mode. I'm going to use these guys as heavy chargers. Speed 33, 145 weapon damage, 28 charge bonus. I do have my champions of Troy in the normal mode with their spears in front, and I'm going to use the renowned Phrygian axemen to take the main engagement while I use most of the Trojan spear units as charging units. That's my ace in the hole for this battle. I'm going to put this into slow motion because we're about to have a big skirmish fight here. I have 1 militia warband. I'm trying, considering how that last battle went and how my opponent read me like a book, I'm using this militia warband to try and feint that I have more troops in these trees. I want my opponent to think I have troops in these trees, where in reality, I actually have 3 Phrygian warriors in my back line out here in this copse of trees. And I'm going to attempt a shifted battle formation. That's where I'm going to take this line right here, and it's facing kind of parallel to the screen right now. I'm going to back up and turn it. Back up and turn it. Back up and turn it as my opponent approaches, trying to clear out these trees. And as I turn like this, I open up my enemy's flank to the Phrygian warriors. The other thing I did is that, you know, I didn't take the max number of shielded spear warriors that I could have brought. I only brought 1, and I'm feinting that I have something over here. So I dropped 2 of the shielded spear warriors in favor of bringing more Phrygian warriors, because I just felt, you know, these guys are better than the medium spears anyway. I'll just bring them and not bring the max number of spears like I had been doing in previous battles. My opponent's army, he also brought 2 exemplary Trojan slingers, but he didn't put XP on them. Where he did put XP is on the shielded spear warriors. He brought 3 of them, and he's leveled them up to a point where they perform almost as well, if not better, than the heavy Trojan spearmen. You know, so they don't have as much hit points, they don't have as much armor, but they do have, let's see here, they have better speed.
Your hero is under attack.
Better melee defense, much better melee defense. But that's pretty much where the similarities end. The weapon damage on these heavy Trojan spearmen right now, because they are in, they are also in charger mode, is 145. So he did fairly well there. We've got 2 renowned Phrygian axemen. We've got 2 Phrygian warriors out in the back. Sorry, 3 renowned Phrygian axemen. Here's the champion of Troy. He only brought the 1. He brought the defender protector again, and he's using his spear warriors to protect his exemplary Trojan slingers. I'm trying to use my hero to threaten his slingers and also waste his slingers' ammo. And I've got my exemplary Trojan slingers up here. My hero is a fighter vanquisher, because I was, I'm hoping for an opportunity to divine challenge my opponent, but he went Defender Protector again. We'll see how that matchup is. I don't really know. He has the ability to boost his armor. I have the ability to boost my my charge bonus, my speed, and my melee attack and armor piercing damage. So we'll see how that plays out. I do see these 2 Phrygian warriors going out far left. I'm okay with that. I just have to keep in mind that they're there as I attempt to do the shifted battle line maneuver. I'm going to move up again with my slingers. I'm going to go ahead and harass these shielded spear warriors just to provoke my enemy. He's going to go ahead and start moving into the trees. This is not to hide his own forces, but to look for mine, because he thinks that my troops are over here. But like I said, I knew my opponent read me like a book that last battle. I wanted to go ahead and outthink him. His slingers get a really good volley off against my slingers. This upsets me. Because I was actually beyond the range of their slingers when those rounds fell. And I was mad that I took that damage, but it's okay. I can continue to just keep this hero here, and I am pulling his forces forward. I'm going to continue to threaten. I'm going to get volleys off with my slingers against his spear warriors. I don't want to fight. I don't want to waste all my ammo on the spear warriors, but this is about provoking my enemy. They have a decent missile block chance. But this is pretty much the least valuable target for my slingers to target. Like, they got that 55% missile block chance. They're cheap. I'd much rather be killing slingers or axe warriors or Phrygian warriors or his hero. Anything else would be a better target than the spear warriors, but it's all he's giving me before he charges up his exemplary Trojan slingers to punish my slingers for even being there. So I'm going to speed up a little bit more. You can see I've already backed up my line some more. My very close to my Phrygian warriors. I activate Vanquish on my hero so I can maneuver these guys a little quicker, and that's when a slinger volley comes out this way. And I'm going to go ahead, and here's the orders that I've given. I'm pulling back even further, shifting out this way. Here comes some more punishment for my slingers. I'm almost down half their health now because he's been getting shots off where I haven't been. He's got this renowned Phrygian axeman alone at the very front end of the trees. He knows now I don't have any forces in these trees. Maybe my opponent at this stage is thinking that this is my whole army. But he has to also be wondering why I keep backing up. And it's not just because of my exemplary Trojan slingers. So at this stage, I'm going to turn again, but also move forward to engage. I'm trying to provoke action out of his troops. I also see that the slingers are in the scrubs now. This is to protect them from my slingers. And I am also aware that there's going to be some Phrygian warriors outflanking me. So I'm moving in here. I'm going to go ahead and spend some javelins. I got a flank shot on that spear warrior. This is fine. These units don't fear me, even with their 72 morale, their 66 morale, and their 8 XP chevrons. Alright, so with this position being the case, I see an opportunity to get in here and outflank and get to the exemplary Trojan slingers. My slingers are going to have opportunities to target individual units in specific engagements. I've got my heavy Trojan spearmen ready to charge. I've pulled back this militia warband because here comes the heavy Trojan spearmen, but that's what I'm going to attack with my champion of Troy. My militia warband is deliberately left out here on the left because I know that there's potentially Phrygian warriors coming. That's when I show my hand. I'm going to go ahead and charge out with my Phrygian warriors. I'm going to go ahead and try to outflank. He pulls back. He doesn't want his shielded spear warriors to fight champions of Troy or renowned Phrygian axemen, but he's not going to have much of a choice because most of his heavy forces are still back this way. His slingers start opening fire into the back end of my champions of Troy. This is a perfect engagement for them. I line these guys up in fairly narrow formation because I have a gap I need to shoot here to try and engage these Trojan slingers. My own slingers are now moving up. I'm going to have opportunities to get flank shots on some of these units because he's kind of turning into a horseshoe here. He does move in a champion of Troy. This is going to help him to intercept my heavy Trojan spearmen. And I absolutely demolish that heavy Trojan spearman with my heavy Trojan spears and my champion of Troy. Here comes the Phrygian warriors. Perfect target for my exemplary Trojan slingers. Watch the bodies drop. Oh, I thought they were going to go all the way through, but yeah, just axes go flying with each bullet. There goes my militia warband. My hero is stuck in a divine challenge here. I called the divine challenge. I wanted to use it before he could use his abilities to protect himself. I'm going to go ahead and pull back my one shielded spear warrior, which is in charge position, into this Phrygian warrior, but that just breaks him really, really quickly. And look at this. My champion of Troy has taken so much damage now. I'm going to have my slingers retarget for this Phrygian warrior. So they're about to outflank me here. This heavy Trojan spearman is unoccupied, so I'm going to have them turn around, charge that. My Phrygian warriors against his Phrygian axemen against my Phrygian axemen. And my Phrygian warriors have now arrived, and I'm going to just break right through this spear warrior. I'm going to try and engage this renowned Phrygian axeman with my Phrygian warrior, and then wrap around and get into his exemplary Trojan slingers. I've got units engaged all over the battlefield, favorable engagements all over the battlefield, with the exception right here. And I'm going to start using my slingers to try and turn engagements in my favor. As you can see, his Phrygian warriors are no longer a threat to me. My slingers are going to just help my Phrygian warriors destroy these renowned Phrygian axemen. I'm getting a lot of value out of my slingers now that they're now that I have his slingers pretty much dealt with. His slingers don't even know who to attack. They're just surrounded on all sides, and the battles are not going in his favor. Phrygian warriors doing a fantastic job against renowned Phrygian axemen. That's a heavy Trojan spearman gone. This Phrygian warrior is going to attempt to come back and rear charge me, but I kind of see it coming. I route that exemplary Trojan slinger, turn around, charge the chargers. The divine challenge is not going in my favor. That defender protector in my own divine challenge is going to break my hero, but at this stage I have solid control of the balance of power. I'm routing units all over the place. I've got these heavy Trojan spearmen in charger mode. And there it is. Homer tells me that I'm winning, just in case I hadn't noticed myself. And there goes the shatter. There goes the shatter. My slingers are targeting the defender protector now. And that was it. That was all she wrote. What a fight that was. That was a very good mirror matchup for me. I just knew if I brought the better Paris units, and if I used them smarter, I would be able to beat my opponent, who also brought Paris. So 33 kills, 40 kills. I did not earn any XP on my exemplary Trojan slingers. And I didn't lose as many models as I thought to their exemplary Trojan Slingers, who did far better as far as kills. His Shielded Spear Warriors with all that XP, Eruner really does advocate for using funds for XP in very creative ways. I just feel that had he spent his money a little bit differently, he might have been able to afford a third exemplary Trojan Slinger and really had better control of the fight. It's a little tough to tell for sure, though. Oh, actually, he couldn't have brought 3 Trojan Slingers anyway. He might have been able to have brought a Trojan Noble. You know, just another like archer unit might have actually have really made the difference here. The fact that I was able to squeeze the funds out to get that extra Phrygian warrior, actually I felt did make a big difference for me in the end. So, game 1 for Eruner, game 2 for me. That means we're going to a third fight. So I mentioned earlier, game 3 means that I have to bring Phthia, and I decided to pull a fast one. I decided not to bring Achilles. Achilles is the best hero in the game for fighting other heroes, but I knew I was facing Lycia at this stage when you're making your army picks, and I went, oh, that's not a good matchup for Eruner. This battle is really, really solidly in my favor. Phthia turned out being a very good anchor for me. Like I said, would rather have had Phthia to be my game 1 for my next opponent, but it's okay to have it in this spot. Let's go ahead and talk about the armies. I'm already starting to get shot at by Eastern Slingers up here. My opponent brought an Archer Trickster hero. I was expecting to see another Defender Protector, and so I brought a hero that's better for fighting infantry than instead of a hero that's used for fighting heroes. So that's why I brought the Fighter Ravager. So with this time, I decided I was going to use the Scrubs. And I brought a Phthyan Spear out here. Here's a Young Spear. And the rest of my spear line is going to be Renowned Phthyan Spears. I brought, let's see here, this is 3 Heavy Swordsmen, 2 on this flank, 1 on that flank. I have 2 Myrmidon Swords, 2 Myrmidon Swordsmen. I put 1 of each on each flank. I have 1 Champion of Phthia. I brought a bunch of Unbreakable units because I'm going to force Lycia, who is limited in how many Renowned Khopesh fighters he can bring. You can only bring 3. I'm going to force my Lycian infantry to kill all of my Unbreakable units. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving up to engage here. I'm leaving my Fighter Ravager back for now. I'm moving up my line. He's moving his forces off to the right. Let's talk about his forces. 2 Eastern Slingers and an Archer Trickster hero. This guy has that shotgun bow effect. We've got 3 Anatolian Youths with 9 XP chevrons. We've got 3 Eastern Spearmen with 8 XP chevrons, 3 Renowned Khopesh Fighters with 7 XP chevrons, 2 Renowned Lycian Warriors with 8 XP chevrons, and 2 Lycian Champions just as is. So this makes for a total force of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 units. 3, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 if you include the Archer Trickster hero. I seriously think that my opponent might have done better with some of that XP being spent for other troops. The XP is going to pay off for my opponent in a big way. So there's going to be a lot of this, all right? A lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth. I'm continually moving up my units in a very thin line, so my opponent has that Archer Trickster hero, and I don't want him to just kill off all of my infantry. But he's also being cagey with his ammo. So I'm constantly moving up, constantly moving up. He's constantly moving back, constantly moving back. I'm using the ammo on my Heavy Swordsman, because why not? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move these forces out to the left, his left, and try to stop him from just fleeing from me even more and continuing on along down the way. So this does mean that some of my forces are out of position out here on the other side, but my orders are to contain his position. He's also really close to the routing line now at this stage. So I have a very good chance of just capturing all of his troops and pulling him in. He was able to get around me here, though. This Fthyan Spear, it's just a 750 funds unit. These are my cheapest units, and my opponent is smart to go after me where my line is weakest. So my young spears, my Fthyan Spears, they easily get defeated by renowned Khopesh fighters. Not worried about it, but now he's got to deal with Myrmidon swords and spear-fighting Myrmidons, who do not care if they're outflanked. These guys will hold this position on my right for as long as the battle lasts. But this also gives him a chance to freedom of movement with his Eastern Slingers and his Archer Trickster hero, while I'm still trying to get all of my forces out here to outflank. I've gotten my Heavy Swordsman engaged with his Eastern Spearmen, and as you can see, even with the XP chevrons on them, I'm beating them handily. But here comes the Lycian Champion to try and turn this in my favor. He's also got his renowned Khopesh fighters ready to face all of this, but all of this, the renowned Fthyan Spears, Champions of Thaya, Myrmidons, that'll break through that no problem. Sanatolian Youth is just here to slow me down, so I'm just going to carve my way straight through it, activate the Blood Sacrifice for extra damage. That's the only time I'm going to activate the Blood Sacrifice. That morale and weapon damage boost is huge, but I need it against the renowned Khopesh fighters, and that's where all of these troops are going. So as you can see, I'm now engaging all the way down on this side, but the battle line is going to be a huge difference here. So I want to talk about the renowned Lycian warriors with 8 XP chevrons. Their morale is 97. 92, 97, it is up there. They're engaged with the Champion of Thaya. The Champion of Thaya will not break, but I'm expecting to just beat these renowned Lycian warriors. Oh no, sir. I need to get my renowned Fthyan Spears in here quickly. As you can see, though, I've activated Terrify on this renowned Khopesh fighter. That's the other reason I took the Fighter Ravager hero. The Fighter Ravager hero has that Terrify ability. I wanted to play my unbreakable units to their best potential, and that means winning the morale fight. Obviously, I'm already going to win the morale fight, but let's win it faster. So I activate that Terrify against this renowned Khopesh fighter. Its morale is dipped to 13. As its morale dips, so does some of its combat stats, but it holds up, and it's going to recover all of that morale. I wasn't able to break it. This renowned Lycian warrior holding on to its morale fantastically with 67, even though it's being engaged by both the Champion of Thaya and a renowned Fthyan Spear. His slingers shatter this Fthyan Spear and is wasting ammo on it, unfortunately for them. But look at what's left of my spear-fighting Myrmidons and my Myrmidon swordsmen on this flank. They've just been fighting for so long now that there's pretty much nothing left of them. My right end of my line is just gone, and this has given him a chance to present a more solidified line against me. He's going to defeat this heavy swordsman as well with this renowned Lycian warrior. And this renowned Lycian warrior continues to hold on. I break this renowned Khopesh fighter, which is going to give me a chance to outflank this renowned Khopesh fighter, but not if this renowned Lycian warrior has anything to say about it. I'm using my Fighter Ravager hero now to try and support these heavy swordsmen fighting Lycian champions. He's going to pull these renowned Khopesh fighters back so he can get a charge with the renowned Lycian warriors into my two renowned Fthyan Spears and this heavy swordsman. And as a result of that charge, the Fthyan Spears are probably going to break. And I still had an attack order on that Khopesh fighter, which is why I kind of pulled through that. So this is another renowned Khopesh fighter dead. Look at this renowned Lycian warrior. It finally breaks, and I had to get Myrmidon involved. It's so close to the route line, I think it's going to just go off the map here. I take that gamble, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull my troops off, because it's going to offer me the opportunity to outflank all of this. I don't know. They may actually regroup. Yeah, they regrouped right at the edge of the battlefield, so I should have kept chasing them. Here's another broken renowned Khopesh fighter. My hero is in dire straits. Those Lycian champions teared him apart. I cannot use his blood sacrifice anymore. I only have 1,000 hit points. And this Lycian champion is now holding up really well. The balance of power is still very even. He has a very fresh hero with, very healthy hero, not fresh, with all of his ammo. And he's trying to shoot up my Fighter Ravager hero with these slings. I'm just going to go ahead and pull him back into the scrubs. Activate the Aristea for the health. I need to recover his health. Since he regrouped there, I'm going to bring him back into the scrubs, hide his position, heal him. And here's where the Archer Trickster becomes a real challenge for me. All of these triple shot arrows he can fire into my infantry. He's going to outflank my Myrmidon Swords and Champions of Thaya. These are units that don't care if they get outflanked. And I also do have... Oh, that was a Javelin Chuck from this Heavy Swordsman. That went really well for me. It hit these Eastern Spearmen with 8 XP. The Eastern Spearmen are still here. That's pretty much what that 8 XP means for them. They're still here. They're still here. The Renowned Lycian Warriors are still here. They're still here. That's what the 8 XP bought for them. And a huge morale buff. But I'm about to break this one, so I'm counting on it happening. I'm going to go ahead and move up. I need to deal with the what's left of his infantry, and then break through here. Ultimately, my plan worked. I have more unbreakable units than he can kill. Here comes another triple shot. Kills some more of my unbreakable units. He needs to be spending his ammo on those unbreakable units. I got my my Fighter Ravager up to half health. I'm going to charge in here. Hopefully, shatter that Renowned Lycian Warrior. And Eastern Slinger is now in here, I guess, just to slow me down. And I'm going to go ahead and try and get rid of... Now it's just a matter of getting rid of my opponent's tools. Alright? The only thing he has left that's truly healthy is his hero. Balance of power has shifted way in my favor. But as you can see, there's still 4 minutes left in this fight. I shatter that Eastern Slinger. Now I have to get rid of this Lycian Champion. If I can get rid of this champion, maybe I'll be able to... Then I'll have to get rid of... That's right. A Renowned Lycian Warrior. It's still here. Whew. Okay, so I've got a long fight ahead of me, and this guy has lots of these triple shots available. Here comes another one. It's more than triple. It's... what do we even call that? Is it just spread shot? Scatter shot? They call it triple shot, but it's at least 5 shots each arrow. Yeah, and each time he shoots a normal arrow is going to kill a bunch of my troops as well. There goes the Lycian Champions. Now I got to get rid of a Renowned Lycian Warrior. There goes 2 more of my Renowned Thine Spears. I need to spread my lines out so that the Archer Trickster hero can't just kill all of my guys. I'm also going to move... Yep, I'm constantly giving new move orders, moving up, moving around, containing. I am watching in the distance as some of these units will regroup. This is a Lycian Champion that's coming back. Now I just have to get rid of this Renowned Lycian Warrior. I've got my hero in here. He's going to take some damage, however, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, man, he's also shooting my hero now. I tried just charging in here. He orders a scatter shot against my Fighter Ravager here. That was a mistake. He ends up killing some of his own Renowned Lycian Warriors. Just look at the dead here. Just like an indiscriminate blob. No clear lines because there wasn't a clear line. It was just... a slaughter. So that shatters my hero. That last arrow. I've shattered the Renowned Lycian Warriors. I see the Lycian Champions coming back. So I'm going to engage the Archer Trickster hero who's now got his Aristea. And, oh man. The Aristea is active, which removes cooldowns for abilities. So he's going to be... shotgun, like he's gonna be like fully auto shotgunning me with these arrows here in a second. But yeah, I see these Lycian Champions coming back. I'm gonna go ahead and engage him with 2 of my fearless units because I know I can just shatter it. And look at this, he already has another triple shot ready, and he's gonna target it into the blob. It kills another one. He needs to get the angles right. If he can get the right angle, here comes another shot, drops another body. If he was a little bit further away, it might have been more effective, but he's getting these shots down the line of my Renowned Thine Spears. Alright, so I shatter that Lycian Champion. Here comes another shot, drops another couple of bodies. He's up to 96 kills. Here comes another triple shot. I'm trying to get it so he can watch the... that one went over the target and missed. No kills. He's up to 98 still. He hasn't reached 100 yet. But this is all that's left for his army. But as you can see, I've got very, very hurt units. I see this Renowned Khopesh fighter over here, so that's where I'm sending these unbreakable units. Because I know I can just hold out. I've got 5 Champions of Thaya here to support these 2 heavy infantry units. I could beat this guy. And that's when I realized, okay, that Khopesh fighter is probably about to break. Here's my plan. So I'm not just letting him kill off what's left of these Champions of Thaya. My plan was this. I needed to break up the blob because his hero was going to kill a lot of guys in my blob. The only unit I knew that wouldn't rout if I had them pull out was the champion of Thaya, so because they're unbreakable. So I gave them orders to move all the way over here. This offered my my 2 units the chance to chase the Archer Trickster hero without taking damage from running away from him. It does mean that the Archer Trickster hero is going to be able to kill off individual models from the Champions of Thaya, but this means I'm not going to be taking shotgun damage anymore. Alright, so that is almost wavering. I'm pulling up those troops. So it's just a big race right now. The Champions of Thaya, they're getting killed by the Archer Trickster hero. But that shatters the Renowned Khopesh Fighter. And now I just need to get all of my guys together. So my Champions of Thaya are running away. I have them stop to engage. There's only 2 of them left. The Archer Trickster hero sees this coming, and he's going to go ahead and get a charge attack against the Renowned Thyan Spears. But here comes more Myrmidons than one Skirmisher hero, sorry, one Trickster hero can handle. 17 seconds left in the battle. The morale is starting to dip. He's losing battle now at this stage. He's overwhelmed. He does have one more parting present for me. It kills another couple of guys. My troops are close to breaking. One of them breaks, but so does he. And that's the battle. Best of 3, and an exhausting one. I'm really glad I had Thaya for this last matchup. But man, it almost didn't go in my favor. It was a very bad matchup for Lycia, but Eruner handled it very well, and could have, if things had gone a little bit differently, could have pulled out a victory. I think if he hadn't have spent the extra XP on the Anatolian Youths, maybe spent a little less on the Eastern Spearmen, he might have been able to have brought another skirmisher, a more reliable spear, another 2 infantry might have made the difference for him. And he could have afforded 2 more infantry somewhere here. The problem is that it would have had to have been in the heavy Eastern Spearmen, because he could have brought 1 more Renowned Lycian Warrior. Or even just a regular Khopesh Fighter. Just 1 or 2 more infantry would have made the difference for him. Absolutely would have made the difference. So anyway, that's it for this best of 3. It means I'm advancing to the semifinals due to the rules of the organizers of this tournament. I'm not going to be able to show you the semifinals or the finals in this tournament, but the link is in the description if you want to see these battles taking place. My next battle, which is going to be against Death from the same Discord server, which is also linked below, is going to be today, actually. The day this video is coming out. Not the day I'm recording, the day this video is coming out. So I hope I'll see you all there, okay? Ta-ta, I love you all. See you in the next video.